It's cooler than Antarctica's weather would be. Damn, I think my swagger is a weapon to me. And dudes don't count you off the record to me. So don't be stepping to me, trying to shake my hand. I'm already the man, ain't trying to make your band. I feel the fact that I'm real just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fact that I'm real just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Every lady wanna get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. 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 You're not really seeing me, dog. Real talk. You feeling whacker than you ever would be. In mind, you think you would.
Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I forgot to hit the button, put me up on the live. What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Y'all, we have some things we have to get into. And so tonight is a very serious conversation that I definitely want to get into. I really want to talk about this conversation. I got off of work early today so I could study what was going on, so I could have some facts, gain my own opinion on things, and did some research before we got into this. But we were talking about Shanquella Robinson, and this story is really sad, y'all. And I really want to get into this. I know that I have a lot of people who subscribe to my channel. I hang around a lot of people, and so I want to get into the topics. I'm going to take my time with this today, so bear with me on this. I don't want to rush through this conversation or through everything that the information I do have. So again, just bear with me. Chi-Town will be in the chat because there is a petition. So guys, click that link and sign that petition because we want to get this. We want to get this family justice. And this is not even normal for me to even break my normal intro, but I definitely want to say this before we get into that. So let's take care of the business of the channel before we get started. If you want to join my tribe, please stand on my side. Go ahead and subscribe. Turn on your notifications. Make sure you hit all so you get notified every time I go live. Like the video, share the video, comment in the comment section if you're here after the show is over. Comment in the chat. Let me know what you think. I am going to drop the link at the end so that you guys can come up because I do want to hear how you guys feel about this. For the Black community, this is serious because Black women don't get supported. And there's also another woman that I do want to acknowledge in the midst of this. And Chi-Town, if you could find that girl's name for me, I would really, really, really appreciate it. I'm not going to read her tweets because I know what she has said on Twitter, but I want to acknowledge her as well. I think that's it. So let's play the intro and then let's get into it. Let's go.
I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Every lady wanna get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair.
Hey, okay, y'all, I am back. Let me say what's up to everybody that's in the chat really quick. Again, what's up to Chi-Town? Make sure you guys hit that like button as you walk into the room. She says, good evening, everyone. This live tonight will be a little different. We are seeking justice for Shanquella Robinson. Please hit that like button and subscribe button as you enter the room. Sorry, y'all, this light keeps going out. What's going on, Tawana? Hey, Miss Ree. And yes, this is a lot. And wow, let me pin Chi-Town's the petition. All right, so I pinned the petition so you guys can sign that. What's going on, Miss Dee Dee? Take your time. I'm definitely going to do that. What's going on, boo? What's going on, uh, colorist chick? Miss Robin, what's going on? She says, "Hey, so Deb and Tribe, I am glad you are discussing this. What's going on, Cindy C? This story breaks my heart, mine's too. Y'all, if I start crying, just let me get through it, okay? What's going on? Oh, Shotgun said, "Do you want me to look for it?" Yes, can you please? I don't remember what the girl's name is, but if you can, I feel like it was like Rihanna or Ali or something like that. But if you can, please. What's going on, Nola? I think that's the people that are in the chat. If you're in the bushes, y'all, if y'all don't like me, y'all just watching because y'all don't really like me, but y'all watch to see what I'm going to say. Please hit the like button and then go back into the bushes and sign that petition. If the most part, I don't even care about if you don't click the like button. Sign that petition. Uh, I'll talk to it at the end of the. Okay, cool. All right, so let's get into this. So I'm gonna pull up the article because I just want to make sure that I'm saying everything that was being posted. And hello, in my opinion. Let me pull up the article. And I'm going to start from the FBI joining because there's been a lot of amazing content creators. I would just say this who have been covering this story. I've really been following Jamie, that's me, because she's really done an amazing job covering this story. So I know her. I've watched Storm. I watched Armand. I've watched so many content creators cover the beginning of this. Also, the Candy Shop covered it yesterday. I was on her live yesterday as well. So subscribe to those people as well because y'all, as Black people, like we have to support the fact that we are supporting this situation, and we all decided to come together and really push this issue. Because I wanted to talk about it yesterday, but when the candy shop said she was going to do it, I was like, you know what? Because she is a pro-Black woman, and I am as well, but I know that's like what her channel is about. So I just wanted to make sure that she got the light from that. So make sure you guys check out her channel and our conversation yesterday on her channel about this. Tiffany said, "This all right. I've been shedding tears all day for Shanquella and her family." Yes, it's really sad. I'll get into it later, but yes, I'm with you, Tiffany. Okay, so let me pull up this article. And this is going to be coming from the Jasmine brand. First of all, y'all, just to even see this beautiful young Black lady is just so sad to what happened to her. But it says Shanquella Robinson, FBI joins investigation of Charlotte woman found dead in Mexico with broken neck. Now, with the words that I'll be using tonight, guys, I don't know if this video will be monetized. So if you guys want to support the channel, please do through super chats, cash apps, Zelles, whatever you want to. Honestly, if you don't, I don't. It doesn't even really matter. It's not what this is about. But if you want to, because I'm pretty sure that this video, I'm gonna have to like take out a bunch of stuff. All right. So it says Shanquella Robinson, FBI joins investigation of Charlotte woman found dead in Mexico with broken neck. Sad news: a Charlotte family is desperately trying to find answers as to how their 25-year-old daughter wound up dead. Bernard and Salamandra Robinson are demanding answers in an investigation of their daughter's death. According to reports on October 28th, Shanquella Robinson left Charlotte, North Carolina, to go on a trip with friends to Cabo, Mexico. A day later, she was found unalive. I'm gonna say unalive. On Friday, November the 11th, Salamandra told sources that she was initially informed her daughter suffered from alcohol poisoning during her trip to Mexico. She says, "I spoke with her Friday evening. She was having dinner, and I never spoke with her again. On Saturday evening, they called and said she wasn't feeling well and they were going to call a doctor. And when they called, the doctor hadn't arrived yet, but they said she had alcohol poisoning." Shanquella Robinson's group of friends reportedly left her body in a vacation rental and returned home to the States. Her parents were told that their daughter died from alcohol poisoning. However, an autopsy report says otherwise. According to reports, Robinson suffered from a broken neck and spinal cord injury. Nearly 2 weeks and $6,000 later, her body is back home, but there are still many questions left unanswered. Robinson's parents has told WBTV after they said it was alcohol poisoning. We received an autopsy report on Thursday. Then it said that her neck had been broken and she had a back spasm. There was a crack. Her spinal cord was cracked. That took it to a whole nother level because that meant somebody had attacked her. Um, hmm. I want to play this, but let's not play this because I don't want them to flag me. So it says the U.S. Department of State's issued the following statement after passing of the young woman. We are aware of these reports. Protecting the welfare of U.S. citizens overseas is among our top priorities. Out of respect for the privacy of those individuals involved, we have no further comments at this time. According to Radar Online, the FBI has also recently joined the investigation into the mysterious death of Shanquella Robinson, which is huge because we do know that when it comes down to our Black and brown women, they don't really show up for that. They don't show up for that. So the fact that they are actually getting involved is huge. And shout out to everyone again, all the content creators that I named before um, that covered this story, all the blogs, all the vlogs, everybody else who I didn't even know who had covered this story. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the people, to the subscribers, the people who even have social media. Shout out to Twitter for even making this a big deal, because normally, like, we don't get anywhere when we are screaming things. Because and we were talking about Kanika Jenkins last night. We still don't know the answers to any of that stuff. So I want to give a big congratulations to everyone. Oh, and Richie Sky as well. I think he covered it. I don't know if he did or not. But congratulations to everybody who covered this story, who put a light on this, because it means a lot that we were able to come together and do anything about this. But back to the article. It says video footage of what appears to be Shanquella Robinson being brutally beaten has surfaced online, leaving many stunned and heartbroken at the tragic incident allegedly in the shocking video. One of the witnesses of the harsh attack can be heard saying, "Quilla, can you at least fight back? Do something." And I'm going to get into that a little bit later. Reportedly, the FBI told WBTV they are aware of the recently emerged video and encourage anyone with related photos or videos to contact the FBI. And, just to piggyback on that, if you know anything, if you heard anything, if you know anybody who knows anything, if you heard something, anything, please say something. I'm not going to read these tweets right now either. Let me get back to this. The story is still developing, so check back for updates. And then again, shout out to the Jasmine brand. They said that their thoughts and prayers go out to Shanquella Robinson's family, and they want to know what your thoughts are. So shout out to the Jasmine brand for even posting this, because a lot of times, the blogs don't really cover this. They cover entertainment news stuff. And I'll get to you guys' comments in just a second. Let me get through some of the stuff that I have. So we know that she had her friends that were there. So let's show the friends that were there. We have this friend group, which is Alicia Hyatt, Malik Dyer, and Khalil Cook, which Khalil is her best friend. And then you have Dejanay Jackson, Nazir Wiggins, and Winter Donovan. Okay. So these are the people who are on the trip with her. Oops, let me put that up. But these are the people who went on the trip with her. Just pulling up something. Okay. So her friends have been frantically online, basically trying to cover their asses at this point. And what's going on, Nihar? What's going on at the candy shop? I thought you were asleep because I would have called you. What's going on? I hope I didn't miss anybody else in the chat. Oh, California Cutie, what's going on? California Cutie, what's going on, Gabor? So, first of all, I just want to kind of get into how I feel about this first part that was here. Um, Quilla, can you at least fight back? Do something. Now, to me, I watched this video so many times today, y'all. Like it broke my heart to even keep watching it because what kind of friends are these? And the girl is saying, I'm not going to fight back. But as I watch it more and more and more, she seems like she's not even conscious enough to fight back. Cheryl says, did you see the video footage of the altercation? I did, and it broke my heart. Yes, it broke my heart. What's going on, Q? And so since you even asked that, I want to pull this up because I want to pull up the points that I seen in this video. And I know I didn't I'm not pulling up the video because I know that they stopped people from doing that. But these were 3 parts that I did. So I was watching Sherelle earlier today. So the first part that you guys see, there's like a little pill bottle. Well, it looks like allegedly there's a pill bottle. Let me put this up too. Somebody was saying that there's like a pill bottle. So I zoomed in on this because people like they look like a pill bottle. I zoomed in on this man's nose and this beard. But I realized that 2 of these guys have the same type of beard. But the nose is what stood out to me the most. And I did friend group 1 and friend group 2 because friend group 1 were these guys. The more I looked at their photos, that nose to me, this is my own personal opinion, but it looks like the Malik guy to me. This is my own personal opinion. The way that his nose is shaped and the way that it looks on this photo, I know it's very blurry. You guys can't really see it, but it's the second photo that you guys can see. It looks like that Malik guy to me. The third thing that I seen was this girl. She's stumbling, and she didn't get tripped after she was beating up on this girl. She was just kind of backing up, but she was stumbling. So it looked like, I don't know if she was on drugs. I don't know if she was drunk. I don't know what she was. But to me, this was a crazy, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a wild ass dog situation because she was so intoxicated. And you could just tell the way that she was fighting her. I also heard her say at the beginning, like, it was like, okay, let's go. It was like they were waiting for the cameras to start or whatever. And then at the end of it, she was like, because I'm tired of this shit. So I'm sitting over here trying to figure out, well, what is she tired of? Like, what's really happening here? And then I also took the 4th picture because we know that there's another video, which it came out after I'd already done all this, took these pictures. So we know that there's a second video because there's a girl with some long white nails. She's filming this as well. And we know we're not watching that same video. You're right, Mama. We would never. Okay, I must have missed whatever you said before that. Gabor says people stumble when they fight. Your adrenaline is pumping. Yeah, I understand that, Gabor, but the way that, to me, I've been intoxicated and stumbled, and I've been at my adrenaline pumping too. To me, this, like I said, it's my own opinion. That was a drunk ass stumble, or I was an intoxicated stumble. So, I wanted to point out these 4 things because these were the things that stood out to me the most when I watched this. I'm like, I wanted to see who the guy was who was asking her to at least fight back. I heard about the pill bottle, so I was like, let me zoom in because I don't know if y'all think that's a pill bottle. It could be. I don't know what it is. It could, whatever. The girl stumbling back, and then also there's that other video. This didn't make any sense to me. What was the reason of this? And I bet you it was something really stupid. The more that we learn about this story, these people are very problematic people. And we'll get into that. To me, it seems like Quilla was attacked because nobody fights naked unless you're backstage at a strip club. And I said that too yesterday when I was on the Candy Shop channel. To me, I think she was either getting out of the shower and they attacked her, or she was just waking up and getting out of the shower. She could not, because that was the other thing. She kept saying, they was like, "Are you going to fight back?" And she was like, "No." I don't think she was saying no, like she wasn't going to fight back, because there was a point where she kind of like moved her arms, but it was almost kind of like to get the girl away from her, but she couldn't really like control it. So it felt like maybe she was in a daze, like maybe she had just woken up. Maybe, I don't know, like maybe they were just like something wasn't right with the girl. I'm gonna say that. I'm not saying that she was too drunk I'm not saying that that's the reason why. I'm saying something may have happened. I don't know if they may have drugged her or whatever. Something wasn't right with the girl, Quayla, that day, because it didn't sound like she was comprehending what was happening to her. So let's get to, I think we talked about these guys. Let's go to this guy, Nazir. Okay. So I pulled up his post from the Neighborhood Talk. Hold on, let me take this down real quick. And a lot of stuff I probably have already seen, but I'm taking it down the road before I get to where I want to go, so we can have everything out there. Is this up? Okay, yes, up.
In Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, at 10. So what it was 6 to 9. Anyway, I got on my flight to Cabo at 11 o'clock. As y'all seen in the post before this, it take 3 hours to get to Cabo. Meanwhile, all this stuff happened on Friday. I don't know nothing of it, don't know nothing about it, don't know why it happened. Boom. So I'm thinking I'm going to turn up. My birthday was the last week, October 22nd. Y'all can see that because I've been on my page. So I'm like, let me extend my birthday and I'm going to go to this trip. Because I got asked to go on the trip in June, but I didn't reply because I didn't know what I was doing for my birthday, since the next birthday was the next week after mine. So, where I was at? Oh, yes, I left on Saturday. The trip was from Friday to Monday, October 28th, 29th, 30th. I had a layover and 16 p.m. I make a phone call. Dallas. I make a phone call to everybody who were there. Like, I need the address. So during this phone call, that's the first time I heard that Kula wasn't feeling good. They told me that Kula was sick and she was showing signs of alcohol poisoning. And they got that because one of their friends told them that they were seeing signs. So she was showing symptoms of alcohol poisoning. But I didn't know it was a fight. Hold on. I got my Bible. And I'm gonna put this blunt down because I'm not lying. I'm not gonna lie on that. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not saving nobody's ass. I'm not protecting my ass. I'm just coming here to keep it real because y'all in my DMs going crazy and all this posting my address and stuff like that. 31st, go there if I want, but it's not gonna be pretty. But when I got there, it took us an hour. My taxi driver, it took us an hour to get to the villa because there was traffic. I don't know why. So I got to the villa around 3:26. I instantly, as soon as I go in there, I go to Kula. Kula didn't leave my side, none of that, till the nurse came. But that I had a layover and go there if I want, but it's not gonna be pretty.
So he's basically sitting there giving this story that I don't believe shit that he's saying. He doesn't sound, he is high. I don't believe anything that this man is saying. There's been stories that he was actually on FaceTime with somebody that was in the house. I couldn't really find all that information, but I know that I've seen that stuff. So there's the people are saying so that's all allegedly as well. To me, it seems like somebody in the house set that girl up. That's what I'm gonna say. That's my personal opinion. Somebody set this lady up, and to me, it seemed like it was him because he didn't want to be there to see it. All of a sudden, you want to sit there with her when you get there because you feel like she's because they told you she had alcohol poisoning. But then when everything starts happening, you leave her there, so you're not even a really good friend to her. So you're trying to prove this point like you're a good friend to her when you're really not. This man seems very dark to me. He seems very like there's no emotion. Like I couldn't imagine one of my friends being deleted off of this earth. And I'm sitting here trying to justify my space. Like I'm just telling everything that I know. And this is the part that they're so like, to me, these people are so dumb. And I guess because they're young, they don't even understand what they're doing to their own selves because they're sitting here trying to prove a point when literally the point you can prove is tell us what happened in the house. Tell us what happened. Because right now y'all look stupid. Nobody believes you. Doesn't matter anything you say. There's no way I'm leaving my friend who has alcohol poisoning, who I haven't even who and I've spoken to her mother and told her this, and like she's not even like present. Y'all didn't even say to find out if she was still alive or anything. Like these people, like I wish I pray to God I never have a friend like this, or think that I have friends like this. Kenny said, it definitely seems as if it was over the man. That's how I feel. I wonder what was her actual relationship with all the people there. Me too. I don't think that she was friends with everybody because originally I think yesterday on your channel I said I thought it was her birthday, but it was his birthday. So she probably really didn't even know these girls. This is my own opinion. I don't think she wanted to fight at all. I don't think she wanted to fight at all either. Unless she went on a trip to have a good time. Maybe she was, or to make her more. I think so. I didn't see. Oh, good boy. Okay, I think that's what it was too. I think that's what it was. I think that's what it was. That was a band that was with her to record women fighting, and not intervene. Yeah. Yes, this man is a liar. I totally agree. She didn't have alcohol in her system, according to the autopsy report. Exactly. What's going on, Miss Wilson? Jealousy and envy. Period. That's what I think. Why did he feel the need to give a timeline of his whereabouts? Because he's lying. Does anyone know how the video was leaked? So it came out today that it came from what's the girl's name? Hold on, take this comment down. Dejanay. Dejanay is the one who actually released it. There's so the her the not Dejanay. Shoot, hold on. I keep wanting to call this Shanquella. I keep want to call her Sandrika. Shanquella's father did an interview today and said that it came from Dejanay because now they're about to all tell on each other. She released this video because because the people saw that fight and they think it's her. So now she says she released it to show that the girl was still alive after she fought her. And thank you to Candy Shop for the super sticker. Definitely smells like a setup. I was at the live and he didn't have no remorse or even empathy. He made me mad. He doesn't have any. Yes, thank you, Candy Shop. He changed his story too many times. Yes, they all have been changing their stories so many times. Exactly. Everyone's trying to cover their tracks. My friend passed away tragically. I'm not jumping online. I'm grieving. Exactly. And then they went over to the mom's house. But he went, not him, but the best friend went to the mom's house. then brought the two girls who fought her. Like, what kind of crap is that? Ain't no way I'm leaving my friend, nor am I getting and I'm not getting help. Never. I think everyone should stop saying friend. Well, we're saying friend because that's what they were saying. They aren't people or friends. They are trash. They are. Or what's her name? Iyanla, they're gutter snipes. I'm so confused because if a nurse and or a doctor as well as an ambulance there, how did the cleaning lady find her body? They're saying that they never called them because the clean lady found the body. And I think that the clean lady called them, not them. They left to get out there before they found her, so that they would not get caught and be back up to the United States. That's why they left a day early. Exactly. He has no remorse at all. When I went to college, my friend had alcohol poisoning as well as I've seen a child have it. They become very sick and basically incoherent. Ain't no fighting. Exactly. Well, she didn't fight either, though. The feds are involved. They probably thought they could cover it up, but now they're scared of going to jail. Everybody about to start thinking like little Tweety birds. No best friend of mine better not ever sound like that after I pass away. I wouldn't be able to talk to my own family, let alone get online. It would never happen. And yes, what's going on, Lovely 31 Blueprint? They set her up. They did. Yep. Yep. So let's keep going on with this. Where am I at? So I played this. Hold on. There was something here I wanted to pull up. Hold on, y'all, because this is loading. All these blogs having all these ads. You can't even get to stuff. Shoot, I keep moving these. Hold on. I know where I was going. So now it's coming out that, and I don't have an article. I don't have anything for this. So this is all gonna be allegedly for me. But now it's coming out that Dejanay is the one who fought her in the video, but Winter, the one on the right, is the one who actually ended her because she I thought, correct me if I'm wrong, but she body slammed, not body slammed her, but she flipped her over on her head in the bathroom. So she went and attacked this woman in the bathroom after the fight. So after the fight is over, then Winter comes and joins the fight, and which I think the fight was really. I think that Dejanay was probably Winter's friend, and then so she was mad that her friend, whatever happened with her friend, allegedly, I'm going to say, in my own opinion, there was some cheating or something happened where she stole this girl. Something with this girl. These two girls happened. Her friend got mad, and then Winter went after the Dejanay went and fought her. Oh yeah, she body slammed her. So I'm right. She body slammed her in the restroom. So she got mad. Winter was mad. Dejanay came on the trip, and then after that, after Dejanay fought her, then Winter went and attacked her in the bathroom, body slammed her, and ended her. Now, for me, and this is, I'm gonna drop the link after this. For me, because this is where the best friend really is pissing me off. How in the are you here? Because this ain't even your birthday trip. And see, I was thinking that I was giving this man so many passes because I think it was her birthday when it ain't even your damn birthday. I mean, her birthday. You're here with your best friend. You're watching this. And you didn't even stay. Well, I don't even know. I don't think anybody stayed with this lady, this woman at all. I don't think no one stayed with her. I think after she body slammed her, they came up with a plan to escape. My best friend was there. You didn't stop it. You didn't stay with me. You went to my mother's house, then brought the two girls who fought me and ended me to my mother's fucking house. That boy needs to burn in hell. I mean, burn in hell. Ain't no way possible that my best friend, because my best friend is a girl. I've known her since I've been in middle school. There's no way possible that one, I would watch her be in a fight, two, let her set people record her be into a fight where she's getting beat up like this, and then three, see somebody in her and then make a plan to escape. It doesn't make sense. This story is the dumbest story that I've ever heard. This has to go on the dumbest criminals. Because why? It's the audacity. Someone jumped my friend. I'm fighting too. The F you talking about, and I'm not leaving her body, and she has alcohol poisoning. Exactly. And allegedly she didn't even have that. He lying like a fake Persian rug. Ain't nobody keeping time stamps on a vacation. Exactly. And then they said he went on the live and said that, and they said he don't even have the ticket or the receipts or something like that. He definitely was not a best friend because male or female, if you fight mine, I'm jumping too. Period. The father said that they called someone in the States and asked them what they should do. I wonder who they called. It doesn't matter. Both of them can go straight to jail. They can go straight to hell. You missed the H. She body slammed. Oh yeah, we read that part. Yes, Miss Reed. Then they drug her body to the living room and oh God, this is sick. Hey, what's going on? My opinion.
Hey, so her friend was Kalia or whatever his name is. He's the
Khalil.
bigger dude. They've been
Khalil.
friends for like 5 years, and he
Five
was the
years.
one that was actually calling her mom.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he called her mom the first time, he just said she was sick
Yep.
and that she had alcohol poisoning,
Yep.
and he was gonna watch her. She said then it wasn't like 15 minutes later they was calling her back and said it was 3 ambulance there and that she was throwing up and she wasn't feeling good. Okay, so the part of the story that bothers me is the
Mm-hmm.
young man that did the live.
Mm-hmm.
He also posted his tickets, something about his late tickets or something, where he only arrived in Mexico at like 2 something. Irrelevant to the point of him
I'll pull them up
arriving.
for you. I can pull them up for you. So because he
Well,
did.
I'm just saying, irrelevant of the fact that he's posting this. This is the point that I'm worried about. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried that through all the commotion,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's missing the point that somebody has somebody's life has ended.
Right.
Somebody has lost their life.
Right.
And instead of everybody being held accountable, it's now everybody's gonna point fingers at everybody else.
Right.
When in all actuality, you all in fault because y'all all went there together. Y'all
Right.
all decided to do this. From what I was told, her and Dejanay were friends for like a little over a year,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody was connected pretty much from the Khalil person,
Right.
whatever his name is. So
Khalil.
everybody was really truly friends with him,
Right.
and he was the one that kind of put this trip together. Supposed to been a surprise trip for the birthday boy.
Mm-hmm.
At any given rate, whenever you decide to go out of a country and have a trip like this, then
Mm-hmm.
somebody needs to be the host. And as
Right.
a host, all it was 7 of them all together. irrelevant to the fact that it was only two of them fighting. That mean, and even if Winter wasn't there, it was still three or four of you left. So why were y'all holding cameras, letting her fight her if you see she wasn't fighting back?
Right.
Like, why did it have to go on? So when she body slammed her, why didn't everybody say, "Okay, that's enough"?
I
Why
think
did
it,
it
I
take?
think that I
Why
think
did it
they
take
did because that
knees and punches and all that to her face and back like that?
right.
When was somebody gonna be adult enough to say, "Hey, that's enough"?
I think they knew she was done at when they did that.
But she was done before that.
Oh, you
Even
think?
when she was backing up, you could
Okay.
tell she was dejected altogether.
Mm-hmm.
When she body slammed her, did you
Mm-hmm.
see how her body did the jerk? That in itself
No, no, no.
scared
We
me.
didn't. We didn't see the body slam in the bathroom. Which that's the one. That's the one that they said allegedly ended her.
I'm talking about the one that they did in the room.
Okay.
That
Yeah. Yeah.
was
Yeah.
rough enough itself. Did you
Right.
see her body jerk like that? Like your
Yeah.
body can't do jerks like that. And then for her
Yeah.
to kick her in the, she was kicking her with her knees. She was punching her in the face. Like that's enough right there to cause an embolism.
Mm-hmm.
That girl brain could swell anything. Like there's so much damage that you're doing now that nobody was responsible enough to be on this trip. It seemed like they had a whole bunch of 15-year-olds because that's what it seemed like. Like, I'm shocked that these people are 25 and 26 years old. I'm like, at this age, you should have some common sense. Like, my, I got kids that's 20 something. They wouldn't do nothing like this.
Mm. I think that another point that I want to point out, and I'm glad that Princess had posted this. She said there shouldn't have been. And what's going on, Cindy? Um, she said there shouldn't have been a fight period, especially out of country and with cameras. The thing that I was watching, I think it was Storm, and they were saying that the reason why they went to that villa was because there were no camera. They knew there would be no cameras there, like no footage of who was walking in and walking out. Like if you're at a hotel or some Airbnbs have them, but they went to a specific type of place to do this. To me, it was a setup. To me,
Yep, I agree. I feel like the whole thing was an ambush. I feel like, you know, whatever was going on in their friend group. And also, okay, I have so much to say. Let me just start at the beginning. To me, a best friend um, is not someone who could stomach seeing you be attacked, especially a male to a female best friend.
mm,
It's even worse to me. Uh, the fact that they would all film that as though it was entertainment. What were they going to do? If had she survived, right? Had they not made that mistake, because it seemed like they were kind of all under the influence. Um, the fact that they would film that, were they going to go back and what were they going to do with that, the fact that the girl was nude, it felt to me that she was ambushed, they were trying to shame her for something. I just, I can't imagine a man that I've ever known in my entire life, and I've lived a good chunk of it, standing by, filming me, or even encouraging, hey, fight back. No one has to fight back. You're on vacation. Who spends money to go and fight and abuse someone? Who does that? It just doesn't make any sense to me. I just, and also let's keep in mind the timeline of quote unquote 5 years best friend. Well, for 2.5, 3 years, we've been in the pandemic. So, how close could you really be? Because we couldn't even be out together like that. My best friend is my best friend because we spent a lot of time together. We bonded over all kinds of stuff. We had time where we, like I said, well, I haven't said this, but when my mom passed away, my real best friend was like, let me tell everybody. I was like, no, 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 let me just get my head around. The next day, I show up to the mortuary where my mom was being held, and my best friend was there with her luggage. That's the best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the friend and the best friend phrases that they're using. Nobody plans a trip. And how stupid are they to be in their 20s to spend money to quote unquote go on vacation out of the country so you could do this to this girl and leave her for
Yeah.
dead? You guys get on a flight and leave her. I don't want to hear friend. I don't want to hear best friend. I don't want to hear any of that. Just
I
these
agree.
associates of hers that she knew that was stupid enough to do all of this and then film it.
Yeah.
Who does that? I'll let somebody else speak, but I have so much to say.
Good.
It is so appalling and heartbreaking that, I feel like in this generation, they don't associate, they don't have the social skills to associate real from fantasy, right? This is not
Mm-hmm.
a video game. This is
Right.
not a movie. This is not, you don't have real connections as a human being. You don't have real connections to
Right.
someone to not let this happen to them. And even if they were, who goes to fight? You're
Right.
on vacation. You go to drink and be naked and have fun and
Right.
hook up at 20 something years old, right? Who who
Right.
who who has an issue? They could have solved that or had an issue in whatever state they were in. Is it North Carolina? Whatever it is, to solve it there. You don't
Right.
go away to do dumb shit like this and then film it. I just anyway. I will
Unless you're trying to get, unless you're trying to get away with it.
unless
What's going on? Do
you're
not
not
do.
you're
What's
not
up?
away with
I,
it because you're fucking filming it. Sorry,
Right.
my French.
how you doing, Sandy? Listen, everybody. I'm here
Hey,
to
color
set this. Look,
chick.
listen. It's coloristic chic, but let me tell you something. I'm an
Oh, sorry.
upcoming. Yeah, you said it right, but you had it right. But listen, I'm an
Okay.
upcoming content creator. But I want to go ahead and throw some tea at you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, tonight, Mr. Shout out to Mr. NCB. He's the actual one that actually had the pictures. He had an
Mm-hmm.
interview 2 hours ago with the father.
Right. I seen
Now,
that.
I'm about to put the eggs in the basket. What I'm about to tell you. Now, these people, the 6 people that you have on there, that means Winter, Alicia, I'm gonna say
Dejanay.
D. That's your name. I ain't trying to say the name right. I'm a country now. Don't charge it to my heart. And then you have Nasir, and then you have Khalil. Now, Khalil, when you put the picture up, Mr. Khalil is one behind that camera. Let me
Mm-hmm.
put that out there, okay? The second person is Alicia. That's the one that's actually with the white nails.
Mm-hmm.
I have long nails, so I know when somebody has long nails. I did my research, and that is the same young lady that is behind that camera,
Mm-hmm.
okay, for the second video. Now, every last one of them homes are in Charlotte, North Carolina. Why? I know because I lived in Charlotte, North Carolina for 5 years. I actually met Miss Robinson when I was out there in Charlotte, North Carolina. So
Okay.
she was a very nice person, very respectful. She also does, she was an entrepreneur at that time, and she does her braiding hair. So I ain't one of them type of person like I'm just Googling people. I actually met this young lady, very bright, very respectful. She was actually working with one of my friends that actually cut my hair at that time. So there's no sugarcoating that. Let's be for real. These people were jealousy and envy, okay?
Mm-hmm.
These young ladies are, well, I'm not trying to be disrespectful about Miss Denicia Jackson, but she is a transsexual. So
Mm-hmm.
let's put that out there, okay?
That's what I heard. They showed the
It's
picture
not
of
a
her
herd,
as a
it's a fact.
dude.
That's a fact. Now, Mr. Khalil said he was a friend. He's the one that actually made that say, Khalil, get up, do something. That's the one that's in the background. Now, Mr. Nasir, I was in the actual live when he was doing his interview. But what I'm about to tell you, Mr. Nasir, this is not alleged, this is a fact. Because it just happened tonight. Mr. Nasir said that he was actually on an airplane. Now, if you're on an airplane, why would you know that she needed CPR? But what I'm about to tell you guys tonight, he had a conversation with I'm not saying alleged, this is a fact. It was live on Facebook. He admitted that he was in that room. He admitted it. Yes, I will send you the link. I will see. I'm not. There's no lie. I will send it the link to you tonight before I
Okay.
even lay my head on this pillow,
Okay.
because I was actually in there
Mm-hmm.
when this blogger got him all the way together. First of all, I've been to Cabo, so I know you lying. I know you lying. You was in that room when this happened. You also seen what happened to her, and you left her. See, the dad had a conversation with Mr. NC Beats tonight. And he said that Miss Desjanae and Miss Winter came to the house and said, with Khalil, drop the clothes off. And they have not called since this has occurred. No empathy, not even their family members. Now, why would Mr. Bernard Robinson say that? And he's crying on live. There's no, that everything I'm telling you, Mr. Bernard, there is no reason for me to sit here and bull because I come with receipts. Let's not forget Miss Desjanae with the Cash App. So she told people that she was gonna do it to the highest bidder. Whoever want to do an
I seen
interview.
that. I
Oh,
seen that.
so we in sync right now. See, we got the same receipts, but I got
She's trying to sell her story for legal aid.
oh yeah. Let's not forget they went to the same school. I gotta put the holes in everything because Mr. Deb, you had a little bit of, but I had a whole bunch.
Okay.
So yeah. So Miss Desjanae went to the same school as Quetta with Winston-Salem University. Now, Miss Desjanae is dealing with healthcare business. Okay. Now, you know I made my phone calls. You know she's still working there. Okay. Same hospital. 6 hours from me. Now, let's keep it a buck. Every last one of them, and I'm gonna tell y'all all the addresses they got. Their houses are $500,000. There's no lie. There's yup. When I say I receipt, if you look it up, half of them is 600,000, other ones is 300,000. Now Miss Winters is living in a 300,000 house. Now, how all this about that y'all didn't pay for the villa, but Miss Quetta paid for the villa? Ain't nobody do all the work, but I'm just gonna clear the word. Yes, she paid for that.
That's what I heard that too.
Okay, so we on the same page.
I heard that too.
So the housemate and the housekeeper found her, not just the housekeeper, the housemaid.
I heard that
okay.
too.
So Miss Winter has been whispering. Okay, let me go ahead and put that out there. Miss Winter Donovan has been whispering, squealing like a church mouse. Miss Alicia had something to do with it. Now we're not gonna sit here and try to keep her out of it, but yeah, she had a whole lot to do with it. A whole lot.
The Alicia girl. Because her name hasn't really been brought up in this yet.
It's all of them.
This is what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm just following what she's saying.
Right, but I'm telling you,
Desjanae and Winter have been really brought into this, but the Alicia girl hasn't
listen what I'm about to tell you. She was there. She was actually doing all this mess with them. They jumped her after having lunch. Yeah. So what I'm telling you is this. They lied to the mama and they lied to the daddy and the sister because the sister, I'm going to sign the petition, but I'm just here to let everybody know the conversations that Miss Winter Donovan and Miss Alicia with somebody I know, yes, they was acting like they didn't even care. And let me tell you about the clothes. They done took that girl's shoes. I'm trying to tell you, they took the shoes. They took 3-4 items out that suitcase before they went in that house. That's a fact. That is a fact. So I'm telling y'all.
But that makes sense because they took that. You talk about when they took the luggage. That makes sense because why would they? If they thought she was going to be okay, why would they even take the luggage?
Right. But see, I'm gonna tell you, it's about a dude. Now, Mr. Nasir was kicking it with Miss Winters. You understand what I'm saying? But he really liked it Quetta. Okay, because you know she a Cocoa Brown girl. You know, keep herself together. She moving around. She doing things. But you know how people get when they like somebody. You understand what I'm saying? Another female like that person, then turn around. You know, he giving her attention. That causes confusion. Then, you know, Desjanae ain't liking that. So, you know, she that type of girl. She want to fight everybody. She don't want to talk. She want to fight everybody. But I'm telling y'all, there is some things that's been going on, and watch how Instagram gonna show y'all. When I say people speaking codes, Watch what I'm telling y'all. I'm still gonna be on team so Bernard be there Bernard, but I'm telling y'all, I'm in the bushes watching it every time. But I just wanted to go ahead and give you that drop that little tea on you, Mr. Nair, cause baby, it's been hot in these streets.
But most of that you have said, I've heard all that stuff, like from all the vloggers who have been reporting, even in the blogs as well. Even when the father was talking, like I've seen some of that stuff. One of my subscribers who helped me with some of my information, like all that stuff that you have said, I've heard like maybe 95% of that. So that makes sense.
But I'm not sugarcoating anything to you because I want you to hear it from the horse's mouth. Because when I say,
So
okay,
I guess for me, like my question would be like, so you're thinking that somebody who, one of the guys who was there?
no, Nasir was there. He admitted
Okay.
that he was there,
So
like in the
did
room
you see
when this
earlier
went
today,
down.
because it was released earlier in the blogs today, that he actually was the
No,
SA'd somebody.
no, listen to what I'm telling you. When I
Hmm.
send you this link, you're
Hmm.
gonna actually hear this conversation with one person with him on the phone, not 4 or 5 people. I'm talking about him and a blogger.
Hmm.
This is a fact. He
Okay.
admitted that he was there. Like this, when I say this blogger had him backed up in the corner in that conversation, he
Hmm.
couldn't. You understand what I'm saying? He hung up the phone after that person went off on him. You understand what I'm saying? Because the story kept changing, the time kept changing, or what time he got off the plane. If
Well,
it's
no, I'm agreeing with you, because
right,
I think the man is shady, because earlier
very.
today there was a blog that came out where they were talking about where there was a girl that was on Twitter releasing information about him essaying her years ago, and they didn't believe her
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
because he the guy had got she had sex with her boyfriend. The guy
Mm-hmm.
got a hold of the information, and then
Mm-hmm.
he made her have sex with him and his friends, or he was going to release all
Mm-hmm.
the videos.
Yep. And he said that it was consensual.
Yeah,
That's I'm trying to tell you this. I'm like I said, I'm street team for you, but I'm gonna be
I
relaying
want to
some.
see it, because I mean I believe it, because I'm saying early, like I said, I didn't even bring it up
It's
because I'm like, I
it's
don't
the
know.
same person that did the interview with the daddy just 2 hours ago.
Okay,
So when I can I put it on your Instagram or would I be
you
able
sent it to
to?
my Instagram.
Okay, I will send it to you. But I'm
Okay.
telling you, it made me so mad because he was like, "Oh, it's 2 hours ahead," or he was on Delta. Then he said he was on Spirit. Which one you was on? You
Whoa.
get what I'm saying? Like you basically lied, and then you said that you was doing CPR. He said that's not mouth to mouth. CPR is mouth to mouth, fool. What you mean?
Right.
So I'm just here to clear the air and put the holes where it need to be, Mr. Down there. But I'm gonna get back in these bushes because the streets is hot. But
I
I thank
appreciate
you
it.
for allowing me. I'm about to get to it right now.
Okay.
Um,
Just
but y'all,
DM me.
I'm in the bushes, but I'm going to do it right now.
Okay.
Well, color is chic. Oh, she's already off.
Yeah, she's
I was gonna
on.
say, I love her accent, and I love the Miss and Mister and the Miss and the Mister. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make light of the situation
No,
because
but
it's so much to be said.
everything that she
But
was saying, like literally, those things came out in the blogs, because I was going to talk about that too. Because that guy, there was a girl that was on Twitter. She was exposing him on Twitter, but she
right,
said that the family asked her not to connect her story with Shanquella's story, and so she took it down. But she
right.
also went back on. She took her main post down, but she said she wanted people to know that what she said was facts. It was true. She said you can go look it up, because I think she said that the police station in that area had that information as well.
But it's so interesting. So Deb, look at where we have come just with
Hmm.
like the social media and the Twitters and the YouTube of it
Yeah,
all. It's kind of like this case is not even being investigated to where it should be, where there's physical evidence and things that can prove these people to be guilty. We're already kind of trying it,
yeah,
in social media, and that kind of is scary to me because with how the laws are set up, it's not meant to cover it in this way. You know what I mean?
hmm
Did they? clean up stuff? Did they, obviously they seem to have stolen stuff. What did they do
Well,
before they just left this poor
Cindy,
girl
the girl
there?
on Twitter said that Nasir guy
Right?
had that her situation was cleaned up to the point like it was buried.
See what I'm saying?
So
Like
yeah, so
this is, and then in the autopsy report, it's, from what they said, they were like, there were no signs of foul play. First of all, no young person in great physical health, she's a beautiful girl, is
mhm,
going to be thrown around like that, and I'm going to be as gentle and delicate as I can, because I'm not, I support
mhm,
and the whole rainbow, okay?
yeah.
But you cannot be, a transgendered woman fighting a cisgen woman
Well,
that,
no, she was. I thought she was saying that. Hold on, let me pull the pictures
I'm
up.
just saying, even if
It
you were
wasn't
saying
it
the
because they were saying
winter
that
girl,
saying
okay.
that Dejanay was transgender. She was saying that Winter was out there from what I was hearing. I thought she
No,
said
I think
Winter.
it was
No, she said
Dejanay.
Dejanay
It was
was.
Okay,
Dejanay.
okay.
Dejanay had thrown this girl around. You could see that, especially around that neck and spine area.
Well,
Um,
what messes that story up is that they photoshopped that picture that they had because that was a Photoshop picture. I know that for a
Not a
fact.
picture. I was talking about the video.
Oh
Um,
no! I'm saying the transgender part when that came up because at first nobody was saying
oh,
that, but then there was a picture that came out of her
uh-huh.
and this guy that looked exactly like it was the same background, and everything, and they
Hmm.
were saying that was she was transgender, but then but you could tell that the picture was photoshopped.
Well, okay. If it's supposed to be Photoshop, then forgive me. But
Okay, thank you.
I'm just saying, a transgender woman, fighting a cisgender woman is unfair. And if they had that fight beforehand, she was probably already severely injured. So when the winter girl, did what she did, it, that was it. Like, I feel like she was already severely injured from the fight, because
Mm,
if you can't protect yourself, you can't defend yourself. She couldn't even tuck, roll, you nothing. She couldn't cover anything. You could see that she was off balance. She didn't even know what was going on. Any woman, let me just say
hold on,
this.
real quick, Cindy. I didn't get your DM coloristic girl.
Coloristic chic.
Oh, cheek. I'm sorry.
Yes. Any woman, you, none of us want to be in a group of people completely nude. I don't care how fine you are. I don't care how in shape you are. You don't want to be out there nude, and you definitely do not want to be fighting. So that is already suspect to me. It feels like an ambush. It feels like they caught her. Um, if intoxication, as far as alcohol, wasn't involved, it
Right.
seemed like they gave her something. Something was going on, and it just makes me so angry. And I know somebody said in the chat, 5 years may be a long time to someone, and as I said earlier, 5 years is not that long, seeming the fact that, half of that, more than half of that even, has been in the pandemic. So you could not have bonded that long. So even if that girl felt like, this was my best friend, you're really not.
Right.
So nobody would put you in that position, and quote unquote, not even put you in that position. What kind of, who are you that you can call this girl's family knowing that this is happening to her, and just lie and act like, well, she's just sick and it's alcohol. But none of them were doctors. You're in your 20s. You don't know anything. You don't know anything. So you're talking about, well, they said it was, who said it's alcohol poisoning?
Right.
It just, to me, I just am mortified. I have been on so many trips with friends, especially when I was in my 20s and having fun. I can't imagine leaving my friend like this, allowing this to
No.
happen. Even if we were not best friends, even if it was someone that let me just be 100% honest. Even, I've been in on group trips where some of those people I did not like, period. But I would
Hmm.
never let anything like this happen to someone and then leave them there, period. As a
It
human
would never
as a
happen.
human being, it would never happen. As a human being, like, this is not for play. This is not a video game. This is not a movie. This is for real. And then now you want to jump all on social media and all of your accounts because people are finding your addresses. Well, hello, duh. You're easy to find. Any bully is easy to find, especially if you commit a crime. You're easy to find. So don't now try to get on separately like crabs in a barrel trying to pull each other down. No, no. You guys planned this. And this poor girl lost her life. At least be respectful of her mother. Don't come to her house. It just, the fact that they would even come, the quote unquote best friend. And I just, what is his name? Because I don't even want to say best friend. What's
Khalil.
Khalil? Khalil, come into the house, honey. Come on. Come on. Would you want somebody to come to your parents' house if something had happened to you? The people that abused this girl, to say what? Why would you do that?
I'm gonna tell you now. If something ever happened to my best friend and the person who harmed my friend and then was my best friend and brought the people who harmed my best friend around, I'm gonna sit in jail.
Yep.
I'm gonna just be honest. I'm going to sit in jail because there's no way possible
Nope.
that I could even sit. I mean, I think that her family would get to them before I would. It ain't gonna happen.
No. I would never and could never. There's no way possible. That's why I said I have a hard time keep hearing the word friend being used in this situation. I would just say associates at this point. I don't feel like any of those people, and I don't even give them grace for being young
Mm,
because I was even younger than them, and I would still never allow this to happen to a friend, a person that
mm.
I knew, associated with. And if I knew what happened to them, I would be singing like a bird because I would not want to have their parents be in this amount of grief of, you know, knowing what happened to their child. And you guys are sitting there in their house telling them something different. The parents asked them, did
And
something happen?
real quick, y'all, I did get the inbox from her, so I'm gonna check it out. It's like
Did
45
you want to
minutes.
did
So
you want to play that? You
it's
can.
45 minutes. So I'm gonna have to listen to it and
Ah,
then we'll come back and get at it.
I'm sorry. I don't want to be my so in my opinion, did you have any more to say? Because I don't want to take over your live.
No, you're fine. I mean, in my opinion, did you have anything else to say? I still have something I wanted to say, but I wanted to. This live was for people who just have feelings about this because I think that one, we should be able to come into a space to express how we feel with something like this. This is a lot to deal with. And we all have friends. We think that we're friends, our best friends, or whatever type of friends that they are. And this is why, for me, like I separate my friendship with people that I have because
Yeah.
people don't understand me. I'm like, I have friends. I know they lie all the time. So I'm like, this is my friend. They lie. So most of the time they tell me stuff. I don't believe anything they say. I would never travel to Mexico with him, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My best friend, though, if I me on a trip, I would. And so I think that I hope and I pray at this point that my best friend has the same type of judgment that I have when it comes to friendships.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't. So Deb, and I think
Yeah, I
this
know.
generation in particular, they don't
No, I know.
don't connect enough. They don't connect you know, in person enough to establish what a quote unquote real best friend is. Just because
Yeah,
you guys like the same music, fashion, hair, um, go drink,
right.
and party, that does not make a best friend.
No.
Okay? So, but they don't understand that. They feel like I see you all the time. We talk all the time. We're kikiing. We're having a good time. We're best friends.
Yeah.
No,
No, that's not
that's
true.
not what that means. But they don't know that. So I don't fault, any young person, for wanting to have fun and having a fun circle, basically. I just, I'm too old for this.
Real quick, my big sis speaks. Wait, what's going on, boo? She says, I'm almost 60 years old, and most of my friends have bad knees. They would have they, they would have jumped in, canes would have been flying.
That's right.
We know the shady ones.
That's right. That's right, my big sis speaks. That's
And
right.
thank you for the
You
super
know,
chat.
Well, here's the thing, okay? I have the story touched me for a different reason, okay? I have a 22-year-old
Mm-hmm,
who I just let go to Detroit with five
mm-hmm,
of his friends.
mm-hmm.
And I was forever calling and texting and everything else. And he kept saying, "Why are you doing this?" And I told him, I said, just because they're your friends, they're not my friends. You're my child, okay? If I need to get on a plane and come there, best believe I'm gonna get there fast, okay? I
Right,
don't care if I gotta rent out the whole airport. I will
right,
buy all the plane seats. I'm gonna need to get there ASAP,
right.
okay? It's just not in my nature. And here's the thing. It's so many young people that are dying here lately
Mm-hmm,
that it's scary to have kids in this day and age. It's so scary because yes, you want your kids to be independent and you want them to be adults, but at some point you have to realize that it's some people out here that don't have your best intentions in mind. So
right,
all these people that y'all call y'all friends, if you're young, please don't call everybody your friend.
right.
Everybody don't mean you good. Just remember that a friend, a true friend, will tell you something whether it hurts your feelings or not. A
Mm-hmm,
true friend will have your back no matter what.
mm-hmm.
Okay? And a true friend would not leave you even if you died. Okay? They would not leave you. They would be right there with you.
Never, never.
Okay? They be on the phone talking about some mama. How long it's gonna take you to get here? Cause I don't want to leave Shaquilla down here by herself.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Like that would been what I was suspecting from these young people.
yeah,
25 is not super young, but I know it's a different breed of children that's coming out these day and age, okay?
you're
Because
right, you're
and
right.
it's a lot of this is because of the home training too. You
Mm-hmm,
have to remember everybody comes from different backgrounds. Everybody mama ain't teaching their kids the right way. There
mm-hmm.
are some parents out here that have had babies when they were 16 and didn't know how to parent these babies. And they
Right,
grew up together. And for that, I have to watch my kids extra closely because I know there are some people out there that didn't have the home training that my
exactly.
kids had. But I expect my kids to know that I'm going to be on their behind every step of the way.
That you point out something that made me even kind of double back on what I say, because I always say, like, if I have a kid, I want a daughter, whether it's through adoption or whether I have it myself. But this scares me about having one because I most of my friends are girls. Like growing up, all I had was like female friends. I never had any male friends, and I know what that cattiness is like. But to know there were men and women in that same space, it scares me to even want to have that, because it's like, I don't want to like shelter to my daughter to the point where she can have friends. I want to live her life, but it also makes me feel like I don't know if I want to have one at this point, because this is hard. Imagine your daughter, in like not being here, and we're Thanksgiving is next week. Christmas is like next month. And so on top of that, like the days that you made all these memories, you don't even get to spend it with them anymore. That girl had so much going on for her life, and these people took it away like that. They didn't eat, and then disregard her to the point where they just left her in a whole nother place. Her family doesn't know what happened. Nobody, like, it's a mystery as to what even happened to her. that would kill me.
But it's not a mystery, so Deb. It's
And
not.
it wouldn't kill you. Let me tell you something. They not dead from it. It's painful for them, but let me tell you something. God has a way of through that pain of
Mm,
giving you some peace. Okay. So every bit of information that these people get, it's gonna give them a little more peace. Right now, they're fighting.
yeah.
Okay. And they're fighting for their daughter's justice because they know something sinister happened. And as they should. But let me tell you something, as bad as this world is, again, you have to this is the thing, you have to train your kids that there are dangers of the worlds out there.
Right.
You have to train your kids to be hyper vigilant so you don't have to stress as much. Like, even though, like I told you, I've raised my kids to be hyper vigilant, I
Mm,
know that they're still kids. You see what I'm
mm,
saying? So I meet every friend that they have. Okay.
uh,
I'm on top of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, every last, and it's hard because I have 6 kids. Let me tell you, that struggle is hard. Okay.
mm,
I have 6 of them. My oldest is 25.
mm,
So,
But in my opinion, I understand that, but and my mom also trained me well, and and I'll get to so Deb to your point about choosing to have children. But I hear what you're saying, but you can train your children all you want, but if other people's children have a different idea,
but that's what
then
I was getting to. That's what I was
okay,
getting to. I was
okay,
saying, even though I train my kids, I
mm.
also check for myself. Like, every friend that they have, I need to know. Like, you're not going nowhere until I know them. Like, and it's not just 10 minutes of sitting on my couch. Okay, like, all my kids' friends that they hang with, they've all went to school together. They spent the night at my house. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the type of people I like to know. I like to know your parents. Okay, I want to know where you're coming from because I need to know how your parents are. Because if your parents ain't raised you, I don't need you influencing my baby. I
But
don't.
right, right, but
I
right,
think in
but
this
Because
situation, I think
you
in this
her parents
learn,
did
you
situation
know.
learn.
though,
Her parents
I
did
think
know
in this
her
situation
best
though, that
friend.
you this in this situation, I don't know if we can't even say that that wasn't true because the best friend was able to talk to the mother, and she was
Thank
okay
you.
with
That's what I
saying
was
that she
saying.
had alcohol poisoning, and she held the phone and said, "I'm gonna call my daughter back tomorrow."
Right.
As a
But even at
parent,
that sense, I don't think the mama knew the rest of those people. I
no,
think
I
she,
don't think, but
she trusted Khalil
you know the rest of those
because
people,
Right.
but she did. But Khalil was a part of the problem,
Right. Is
so
well,
my point.
Khalil was a
That's
that's what
my
I'm
part of
point.
saying.
Khalil was a part of the problem, but he wasn't the main problem.
He
He
was.
was
He was
part.
Khalil
filming.
is the number
He
one
was
problem to.
filming.
Look, hold
The,
on, real quick.
he's
To
the real
wait a
He's
minute,
the.
filming.
to
Let me
me,
tell you
the
something.
main person,
Hold on. Khalil is the number one problem for me in this situation because you
Thank
contacted me
you.
as a
the
parent
person that put their hands on you is the main
told me.
problem.
Hold on, wait. Khalil, the best friend to my daughter, told me that my daughter had alcohol poisoning. Didn't even stay there because another man came and sat there and said that he sat there with her while and rubbed her back or whatever he did and all the other things. Khalil was never a part of the solution, allegedly, to what was going on here. It was
Yep.
a whole other person. Khalil was a big part of this problem. So for me, looking at this story, I would never like. That's what I'm saying. It scares me because a Khalil for me. Oh, if my daughter had died, Khalil would be dead within 24 hours,
Thank you.
and I'll be sitting in jail and not giving a about it because there's no way possible that you are saying that you're my daughter's best friend and that my daughter is gone and you flew away and didn't even know she was alive or not. Khalil was no that mother knew him very well because he was able to talk to her, then went to her house and then brought the people who ended her to her house.
Thank you. Hey, princess.
Hey, princess, I'm sorry.
Hey, look, I wasn't gonna say much about this story because I don't know the whole story, but I know enough and I know about this, conversation. And as a mother of a 23 and a 19-year-old, first of all, I'm going to say those other people are lucky that they have their lives, period.
Yes.
Because if about mine, just everything y'all saying, it just sounds ridiculous. I
Yeah.
don't know any men because I use that term loosely. That makes me feel really strong. Any man that watches women fight. I
Thank
have never
you. Thank
heard
you. Thank you. Like I
of
said earlier.
anything like that. So I question a lot of things about these people just in totality. I don't know. I know Deb, like, that's my heart. He would
Which
never sit up
real
there
quick,
and
Prince, which is even a good point. I've only known you like what, 2 years, 3 years, 2 years.
yeah.
I said last night. I said I could never see myself letting you, Nola, anybody that I probably met on YouTube that is a woman in our presence. I could never see myself sitting there going, "Princess, at least get up and fight." I'd be like, "Bitch, girl, they knocked out,
Well,
beat that ass." You
here's
know what I'm saying?
here's
It
the
would be
thing.
so different for
Here's the
me.
thing.
Well, they never got that far.
Here's the thing. So damn now, you a princess wouldn't see nobody fighting and be like, okay, I'm gonna let it go on. Like
Yeah.
if the woman, I couldn't see no woman being beat up like this and not say something. So the totality of that, yes, it's all fucked up. But oh, excuse me, it's all messed up. But the fact that this woman, trans, whatever she is, the fact that she felt the authority to put her hands on somebody, the fact that nobody jumped in, all of this led up to this girl untimely
Okay, and
passing.
me and Deb have already been through this situation, not even
Listen,
physically, where
listen.
a trans person said that they
I
was
hope you
going to
stay on
beat
this
my
live after this
ass.
over. I'm gonna tell you what I said last night after we got off that live last night. 'Cause I'm telling you right now, what we went, what. Let me tell you something. We have been in some risky ass positions. After seeing this, we have been in some risky positions.
Yep.
We literally could have been this girl, to
Yep.
be honest.
Well,
And so,
you guys were this girl
yeah,
on the internet. You guys were this girl on the internet. I saw it. I witnessed it. This was a fact. And the fact
but I'm
that
saying like
you could still have
we actually
support.
met up in real life.
Yeah.
This could have really been our situation. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it hits very differently because I do meet up. I've met with a lot of people from YouTube. I don't know these people at all. I met up with these people. This girl was calling this man her best friend.
No God.
Thank you.
No
That
God.
is
That's
so
not
You not
not
nothing.
the best
Even
friend.
associates, like, these
that
people
hits on
have
a
no
different
humanity.
level. That's on a different level
Yep.
for me because I be like, that's my boo over there. Use my whatever. I call people stuff on the internet all the time. But my best friend, somebody I've known for 5 years, my best friend, I've known her for over 20 years. There's no way
I
possible.
don't even know that lady, but I know just from a few inboxes with her, she don't play about him at all. She
No
don't
way
play about him.
possible.
And I don't play about my best friend, and she doesn't play about me. That's it.
I don't even know. I don't even know Cindy. I know me and Cindy don't talk on the internet, but if me and Cindy are together, somebody start even talking. Matter of fact, there has been a time where I've gotten into altercation with people with a YouTuber that I'm not even friends with anymore, and not the one that me and Prince was friends with, where I address the person because I don't do disrespect to women around me.
Yeah.
It does not happen for me.
And and it's only because you had other plans, and I would have made sure to make sure to meet up with you when you were here, and I said that before you even came. So that was our
I'm gonna be in
plan.
tears in a minute.
So but in my mind, like, you could be like my kid's age, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
there's nobody gonna say anything. And I hated that I got little, out of pocket, for the social media, with, what is her name, Val, and
Oh
what's her
yeah.
name, because I was defending
I
you, and
missed
I'm
all
gonna
Yeah.
the
do
action.
and I'm
Yeah.
going to do that in person. So don't
Yeah.
think that this screen, this avatar picture of me is what you know of me. People don't know me like that. Okay. So what I'm saying is, this baby went on a vacation to Mexico, and she should have returned with her friends,
Mhm.
in
She
a
should
lot,
have returned home alone
a
because they
lot.
should have been the ones who stayed in Mexico.
Thank you.
Okay, but this is the thing.
But real
This is
quick,
the
Princess, let me
thing.
think. Oh, real quick.
The super chat.
Thank you, my big sis speaks for the super chat. She says, "So Deb, you defended me in cyberspace. You don't even know me. I know you would in person, and I would. Even Jennifer, the same thing. Like y'all don't understand. Well, Princess, you probably do because we've been through this. Y'all don't understand what it's like to see something like this, or people are calling you just a friend to me.
Yep.
I could never sit around and see some shit like this. The first blow that I almost thought would touch, I have literally been around people who was like this, and I've been like this. Before you got to that, before that thing had touched, I had stopped that thing, and
I'm
I would
not
put
letting
your
you
ass on the ground before
argue
you
that
order
much
anything.
because
Huh?
I can't stand that type of talk. No, and well, first of all, we in Mexico. Like it's just so many different aspects of this. Everybody knows. First of all, I don't fight out of state. I don't fight, but I'm sure enough ain't fighting you on no vacation. I'm sure enough not fighting you out of state where I don't know the law and stuff like that. But everybody knows you go to jail in Mexico.
Yeah.
Why would you think that you're gonna go and off this girl out of the country? You already had planned to come back. Like that sounds just way off. So you just gonna hurry up and get out the country because you already know you knee deep in trouble. People who have alcohol poisoning are not coherent. They can't even stand up. I've had to sit and babysit someone who has alcohol poisoning. They ready to vomit. It's like so many elements, and you do not know that person has alcohol poisoning until the doctor tells you they have alcohol poisoning, and they have to have fluids. So how's you sitting there with somebody babysitting them talking about they got alcohol poisoning? No, they supposed to have an IV on them. What the hell is you talking about? And then they make them vomit that alcohol out.
Right.
Well, they said that she did vomit.
Real quick,
mean,
Tiffany,
it's
wait a
kinda
minute, real
like,
quick. Tiffany GT, thank you for the super sticker. I wanted to pull up this because Sonia says, I'm a Black woman living in Mexico, so I had to cover this story. These folks don't want to end up in Mexico jail.
They should.
They should, absolutely, they should. Like everybody over here is wishing that they would go. We want them to be
Thank you. I need them to be extradited back to Mexico.
Yes.
Don't leave a day early. Go back. You did it there. You chose it to be done there. So go back now.
Yep.
Well, and again, they knew that I guess they felt like, if you leave one state and do a crime to another state, then they would have to extradite you. So they probably figure, we do it in Mexico. They not coming to get us all the way in America. No.
Thank God for the FBI.
Thank you. And the bloggers that brought it to their attention so they couldn't ignore a Black woman being violated and abused and murdered in a different country.
I celebrate all the people on YouTube who have been covering this story because and the bloggers and even the people, the subscribers to the channels and the people who are commenting the conversation on the blogs, because we did this. To be honest, we did this. And it just shows that if we can have unity, we can actually get some things done. So shout out to all of us for even doing this, because we really have been invested in this story. Yeah, and we have really been speaking out and not being quiet about this.
It should be. She was a young.
About it till Amina put it up.
Right, but
and shout out to Simone Foster, because nobody ever comes over here from Facebook. So shout out to Simone Foster.
Hey, Simone Foster.
He says, yes, ma'am.
But I'm just saying, like, it shouldn't be. It is sad to say, and I know you're shouting them out. And yes, people are giving voice to it, and maybe this is how it's done in today's times. But it's so sad that it's left up to bloggers to bring to life some sort of push to get justice for a murder, of a young, beautiful entrepreneur who was successful at such a young age, and it's such a senseless, ridiculous thing. The thing that we came out of from the pandemic, of so much loss, so much illness, so much of everything just changing in such a way, the way our way of life, so to speak, and
Yeah.
to see that now that we're coming out and people are going out, no mask, we're on vacation, and
Hmm.
this is what you guys go to do. It's just, it's ridiculous and it's heartbreaking.
Yeah. But social media is the way for us to have a voice at this point, and this is proving it. And so, the more stuff that we speak out about, and we all can join together, because it didn't matter who it was about. It mattered the fact that we were all bothered by the situation because we've seen it before, and we're sick and tired of it. And so, instead of us saying hashtag Shanquella Robinson, we're speaking up. We're telling the story over and over. We're posting our pictures, but I think the real thing is that we're actually on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, and we're telling the story. You cannot escape this story. So it shows that, you know what, we actually have a lane to actually speak up. We have a lane to actually take over something. And what happens is from here, since we know that this works, it can happen again.
And the perpetrators are also on social media giving themselves away and making themselves look more and more stupid.
Yeah. I can't wait for them to arrest all of them, every last one of them, so they can sit in jail and rot. And when they go to Mexico, I want to have a party for them going to jail because, and I was just thinking about Breonna Taylor when Jennifer said this. Jennifer says it takes people screaming at the top of their lungs. If it weren't for social media, nothing would have happened with Breonna Taylor's murder by police. Her boyfriend would be in jail. And I think about this all the time. You know, we didn't get justice for Breonna Taylor, but we're gonna get justice for this lady though,
We
Shanquilla.
we we
Because
are
what
getting
about because we
we
still
are getting
we lost it for Kanika
but so Deb,
Jenkins.
we are getting some justice for Brianna. What do you mean? It took a long time, but we
I guess that's what I'm saying. Like to me,
okay,
justice would have been like, you know, we went on and then it happened immediately. It took a
right.
long time for Breonna Taylor.
It did.
So I
Okay.
mean, we did get justice. So I was wrong for saying that, but it didn't take as long for this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um,
Well, you talking about white police officers versus black on black
Thank you.
crime.
Thank
well,
you.
yeah, that's true too. But
Thank you.
but we have to start somewhere. And so
Yeah,
now that we know we can where we can start, we can move the totem pole.
I agree.
And that's all I'm really saying is that this happened for once it started picking up, it happened really fast, to be honest. I mean, not as fast as it should have happened, but fast for us.
But yeah, I mean, a month ago was, I mean, Halloween was just a couple of weeks ago, 2, 3 weeks ago. So
Yeah,
yes, for us, this is fast. It's still
yeah,
criminal for them to even have a platform to plead a case and raise money. This is so ridiculous to me. It blows my mind.
a caramel apple. Yeah, that's true. Like, I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's a sad moment, but it's also a proud moment for the black community to me because we've never moved this fast on anything. And for the FBI to get involved this fast, now what they do with this, we'll have to see. Tiffany GT said, "I'm sure you all are the reason why the FBI has gotten involved." Yeah, I'm sure.
Yes. Yes, because you had the Mexican police saying there was no signs of foul play. Well, the girl's neck is broken,
Yeah,
right? And her spine was also broken. So that's foul play. You can't do that to yourself.
yeah.
So that to me is evidence of foul play.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that even from the smallest vlogger and blogger to the biggest ones, like it's a proud moment for all of us to be like we can all like just take our hats off real quick and say we helped do this. We never get
You know,
anywhere in no
I
time. So
I have a, I'm not making light of anything, but they fighting and y'all talking about they body slamming each other, like the fights that I've seen or the fights I've been way back in the day. When did women start body slamming people? We used to just slap box or something like
Right,
that.
but Princess, you're talking about someone who has their wits about them, who's not under the influence. That girls look like um a loose noodle. She looked like a spaghetti noodle. So, you think that, who when somebody's alert, no, you're not going to body slam somebody else. That
Mhm.
the poor girl that passed away, and this winter girl, that winter girl would have never even had a shot at her if that woman had been, um n- I don't, allegedly, I don't know,
Because she had no
intoxicated.
weekender.
Yes, something happened
That's
to
what it
her.
is. If what I can't think of the other girl's name. Has she not had already like weakened that lady?
Right.
Shanquella would have taken that girl down.
I'm sure.
And that's why she brought that girl on that trip
And she was, and
because
they
she
had,
knew
and in
whatever
my
their
opinion,
issue
so
was,
Debs, they
she
had
knew
given
who
her
to
something,
bring.
right? That,
Huh?
in my opinion, they had given her something because she wasn't swinging. She
No, they
wasn't
didn't give
even,
her nothing. Was on her top screen. She didn't
well,
have no drugs, no alcohol in her system.
something was happening
So
to where she
so I, what
wasn't able to protect
but real
herself. She wasn't
but
even putting her hands up in
no, she
defense.
she did one time. It was kind of like I don't know if she was trying to like move her arms around or something, but she did try once.
At the
But
very
what,
beginning,
but,
she
what-
tried to push her back. At the
but
very beginning,
I'm gonna say this because I think when they was like, "Are you gonna at least fight back?" I think when she was saying no, she was saying no to the girl, like no, like stop, like
Like, stop.
no. Yeah, I think she
Like,
was
don't
answering
do
the
that.
boy who was saying at least fight because she
Right.
was out of it.
What kind of man asked the girls to fight? Like, did you?
Right.
Is this a show? Did you
And,
pay money for?
you
And
know,
this is your best friend,
my
hey,
and you
biggest,
just
Princess,
my
want to
somebody,
biggest
live in her
issue,
Princess,
ass feet.
my
somebody
biggest
said they
issue.
saw something on YouTube where the people was in Mexico fighting or something, and he got them some kind of views or something. I don't know. I had never seen it before, but they
I'm
said
gonna
that
tell
people just
you
go in a room and fight.
my biggest issue was what other men stand around and see another man stand at
Cindy,
least
that's the
fight,
wrong
Right.
shit.
Right.
and then you as a man stand there and let him say that and
Right.
not knock this out and while he ain't looking like her to me
Right. And
because
also, so Deb,
how weak of a man are you?
right, but not also, so Deb, like, if that was my best friend and my best friend was standing there, whether you're male or female, I'm gonna turn to you and be like, why are you letting them do this to me? Are you gonna help me? She
Right,
wasn't doing that. So
right.
something was wrong with her. Like, I can't
But
imagine
look, Cindy,
this.
that goes along with what was said. She said, or he or she, I don't know what was said as a man or woman, but they said her father said she wasn't even a fighter.
Okay, so she's not a fighter. So I turn to my friend and be like, you're just gonna let this happen? What's
No,
up?
so I'm saying, so what I'm saying is that she could have been saying no because she was out of it. She could have been saying no because she ain't a fighter.
But first of all, so Deb, fighter or not, if somebody is fighting you, I'm going to defend myself. That's me. I think that's
Right.
human nature. As an animal, it is in our nature that fight or flight is happening, right? You don't just sit there and lie down. Even if you don't fight the person that is attacking you, you're going to turn to somebody who you trust. In my
I
opinion, is her quote unquote,
I think it's different, Cindy, because there's I know some men and some women who they're not fighters and they've been in fights before, but I don't think they think that at the end of the fight, like that's the end of their life.
they won't defend
So
themselves.
they're just they might do this, like hold their hands up so they're not,
That's what I'm
it's not
saying. The
hurting
girl
them.
didn't even do that.
But I don't think that she could because I don't think that she was had the
She wasn't
passion that
coherent from the
yeah.
little
But
piece
that,
I saw. But
but
I'm
that's
not
what
a
I'm
fighter. But
saying,
I promise you,
princess.
you put your hands on me, I'm beating your motherfucking ass.
Thank
Better
you.
watch
I'm a
Me
this.
too.
swing a little. I'm a swing some,
Me
but
too.
if y'all watch that video though, she did like one swing, but then the girl like kind of turned her around or whatever. I think after that turn, like whatever she had, because whatever she was on, because they were saying something on Sherelle channel where it was saying that there are some drugs you can have where it doesn't show up in your system.
And right
So
away. Yeah.
I don't I think that because she if y'all go back and watch it, there was one she did like this, but the girl turned her around and after that she hit the ground. I
Yes,
think
but
after
you
that
but
it
you're
was
and you
over.
and you're saying that very gently, so Deb, but when you say the girl turned her around, the girl took her arms around her neck and swung her around and she fell down.
No,
So I
that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Oh, you said I'm saying it
not
gently. Yes.
not just turning somebody around. She took her around the places that she died from. You know, her
Yeah.
injuries
No, I
was
picked up what you
from
said. 'Cause you said I'm saying it very gently.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's just it is all ridiculous, and you
Yeah.
know I don't want to belabor, and I just feel like this is you know a classic case of this generation not having a connect to humanity. It is so sad that her parents had to bring this to the public's attention
Yeah.
because these people, young people cannot sit there and say, you know what, this is not right. And I
Yeah.
have a conscience, and I'm not going to sit there and let her die in vain. And her quote unquote so-called best friend would bring people to her parents' house, and I don't care if he was pacing back and forth. I don't care how nervous he seemed. You're not telling the truth. At least give her parents some peace. And then, hopefully they will be prosecuted. And in that prosecution, you know, then he could have leverage by saying, I told you guys the truth, at least. He's still not doing that. He's not doing that. How
Jen
how
had a
how good of
question.
how good of a best friend are you?
Jen had a question
Where's it
from
at?
the pieces that I saw. They did the autopsy and a toxicology report because the people was claiming that she had alcohol poisoning, and the toxicology report says that is not true. Autopsy says that's not true.
Well, we're talking about also, Princess, a Mexican autopsy. I think
Yeah.
they should hire their own American.
They're gonna have to in order to prove
I
this
thought they
case.
did though.
Thank you.
They said they had two.
They said they had to
Yeah,
pay six thousand
they had an
dollars.
autopsy done when her body got here too.
Yeah, when they got here.
But
They had to
okay,
pay
so it's
six
not alcohol.
thousand dollars for her to
They,
get
What
here.
they said when they got
what
here there
about
was no
pills?
alcohol. When they got here they said there was no alcohol in her body.
What about pills? That alcohol is not the only thing that can
Right.
cause
What
you
they
That
to
did
kind
not
of
No,
they
they said her tox report was clean. They said she
right.
had
That's why they were
bruises.
having the
Her
conversation. On she
face
wrote,
was swollen up. She had
yeah,
cuts to her lip. She had a
right,
broken nose. She had that was,
they said her lips were split.
right.
yeah. They said the broken nose wasn't even on the report from Mexico, but she did have a broke nose.
Wow.
They said one of her cheekbones was almost cracked.
I
It
can't.
wasn't on the Mexican report, but it was on this one. And they said she had a knot on her forehead.
Yep.
Right.
Um,
And I thought they said she had two black eyes too.
She had one black eye and it was turning purple but they said that was because she had been already deceased or whatever. It turns
Uh,
purple. I
Right.
don't know. But
Right.
oh my
they
god.
did say something about her cerebral hemorrhage, something, but they said they couldn't tell if that was the cause or not because she was
yeah.
already dead. So they
Right.
don't know if the swelling was afterwards or not, you know.
But
Right.
they didn't get her body for like 2 weeks too, though. So
Exactly. That's why they said they couldn't pinpoint
yeah,
when it
What it
happened because,
was.
yeah, they
because
said they
they,
couldn't.
because I'm pretty sure the R word should have been involved in it too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because from the history of that Nazir guy, whatever his name is,
Right.
I don't put it past any of this. I think that they all went there. And they invited specific people there for certain reasons.
Yeah.
Because they kept saying something about the best friend being gay and something. I'm like, I don't even know what that has to do with anything
I was
because
gonna say, what is that? I was
it
gonna
has nothing to
ask
do
you,
with
what does
anything.
that have to do with it?
Whether he was
If
gay,
it's gay
straight,
or
he still
not,
sat
it
there and
doesn't
watched
matter.
his best friend
Well,
allegedly be ended.
Right.
I'll say this, Deb, because it's not politically correct. Um, I guess they're saying he's gay because of his reserve of the situation. But
Everybody in the house was reserved.
you are gay, but you would never
Never.
sit there and cower out like a bitch. I
Never.
have never seen you even think about cowering out like no bitch
And you will never
about
see me again.
about anything. Okay.
Nope. Nope.
And so, and then I guess you watching a woman like she said, you sitting up. I know strippers and naked people and all that. Man, you would not be sitting up there butt ass naked in front of your best friend.
Right.
You know.
I mean, it was humiliating.
That's why I said I felt like it was, it 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 it, it was planned to be that way.
Yep.
They tried to shame her,
Yep.
into something, because and it was clear that they caught her off guard because, as I said earlier, no woman is going to be butt ass naked in front of a group of people, number one, and not, especially not fight. So something else was happening there. Something else was happening for
You
What
sure.
y'all
are
think, Nola?
right, Sonya, because like my other gay husband, like they be sitting up there with us. They think we go together. I'm like,
Yeah.
we playing for the same damn team, okay?
Yes.
But if
And
he
I'm a-
don't
and
play about
I
me,
this is I had this conversation on my podcast channel before I changed to my vlog channel. Sonya says as many gay men defend women harder than the straight dudes do. We do. That's the crazy. Like
mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, like it's no way possible for me to be around a woman. And no, if you even talked about it around me, I will
Yep.
bop your ass before you even tried it, because
All of my gay
it's
friends are
not
the
a
same way.
possibility.
They would never even do that. They don't even like it somebody if I'm like, oh my God, they were kind of rude. And they'd be like, what? I
If
can't
you
even
even
get
talked about
I
my
can't
best
even
friend bad before we went on the trip, you
right.
will be uninvited.
Right.
My Judies don't play about me. They will beat your ass.
Yep.
What's going on,
Same.
Nola?
Hey,
Hey,
I
hey
just,
Nola.
hey, boo, hey, mother.
Hey, doctor.
So I just want to say, we all just went on a trip, right?
Yes.
Now, I was very on my level. I'm going to say that. I
Hmm.
was on my level. I was aware of my surroundings. I was aware, but I just needed air. Your girl is only 38, but I'm premenopausal and I was having hot flashes, right? I
Okay.
step outside. You know what I'm saying? But I typically don't tell nobody my business like that. But I'm saying it to give context. But we were a group of friends. Princess mother saw me standing outside. She like, girl, we don't know where we
Cuss
at.
her out.
Get your ass in this goddamn stove, cause we all up in this stove getting food. Get your ass up in here. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You're not at home. That is what a friend does.
Yeah.
So these people are not friends. There will be no situation, no place. First of all, we're on vacation. It's not about to be no drama. Even if somebody remotely do something that I don't like, I will hold it.
Just let it slide.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let it slide for the sake of not running the vacation. And I'm in my 30s. Lord knows when I was in my 20s, we not definitely not about to be fighting. We gonna be drinking and having a good time. So none of these people are her friends. The fact that they stole out of her suitcase, the fact that you can go sit in her parents' face and lies, tells me everything that I need to know about
Hmm.
her character and who you truly are. It
Hmm.
tells me everything that I need to know about your character. And I know everybody is excited because the FBI involved. I und- I on the other hand am not, because they get involved a lot of the times, and a lot of times they drop the ball. We
True.
get an investigation, but we don't get a conviction. So for me, I'm gonna be happy when we get a conviction and this lady's unalivers are brought to justice. For me, that's where it's gonna be, because a lot of the times I feel like we make a lot of noise and they give us an investigation to shut us up.
Yeah.
And I don't want that. I'm not saying that's the case with this. And I deeply hope that that's not the case, because this lady deserves justice. Her family deserves justice, and they deserve peace. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I don't want this to be, oh, we're giving y'all an investigation because y'all making it, y'all making a noise. I want it to be a thorough investigation that leads to a conviction, because first of all, everybody in there is complicit. If you didn't hit her, if you didn't make the final blow,
You
considering
watch.
in there, you were recording it, you didn't say anything, and you fled the scene of a crime, makes you accessory to the fact of the crime, not even after the fact, because you were there when it happened. Y'all recorded it, y'all told her to fight back. Nobody tried to break it up. Nobody tried to help this young lady. Nobody. So they all need justice. And until we get a conviction, and I don't care whether they serve their time in Mexico, here, or under 6 feet underneath hell, long as they serve time.
And
But I
wait
need a
for 1
conviction.
second.
I'm
I
gonna tell you
told
right
my
now,
daughter,
if they don't get one, and
oh,
Nola,
they gonna
you about
protest.
to be you about
I
to be
told
a
my
centipede.
daughter,
Hold on real quick, because you'll be bad at me what I'm about to say. But I don't give a damn if they get convicted or not. Let me see what them. I will chase them down some steps, and they will be dead. Period.
I told my daughter, I'll kill
Ain't
you
no
before
way
I
I'm gonna
let
kill right now.
anything happen to you. That is what I said. Not on my watch.
Yes.
I don't give a damn. Even Deb was on my watch at that time, and they already knew before we went there. I said, "You're gonna have me watching all y'all be intoxicated." And Nola was like, "But you our mother, and we know you ain't gonna let nothing happen to us, and you gonna do what you do best." I've never been a person that I could sit, especially when people are intoxicated, and allow danger to come to them, because those are my people. The humanity in me, even if I don't even know you like that, I'm gonna make sure you okay.
Yeah.
What kind of people don't make sure that somebody they say they care about is okay?
Thank you, Princess.
You know,
Thank you.
and let me just say this. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer to the situation like, oh, wow, the FBI is involved. That's not what I'm saying. But I have gotten my hopes up so many times when something has happened to us.
Mm-hmm.
When the FBI has gotten involved, only for it to still lead to a dead end. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of them getting involved and nothing comes of it and nothing's happened. I want justice. Now, do I feel like we'll probably get some because this was a black on black thing? Absolutely. But I need us to get justice all the way around. You know what I'm saying? All the way around. I'm not happy with just they're doing an investigation. I'll
Well,
be happy
but
when
Nola,
conviction starts to happen.
yep, I hear what you're saying, and I get that, and I'm a couple of decades older than you. Um,
Ooh.
I feel like, thank you, Princess, and thank you to the melanin that I already have, and good genes. But I am much older. I remember my 30s fondly, and I was closer to
Right.
these kids that went on their vacation. Then I can, I mean, in my memory, in my mind, I'm still around you guys' age, and
You sure
remember.
look like it, girl, but I didn't mean to cut you off. But I'm just saying,
Thank you. Oh,
shout out
thank
to the
you.
melanin because it's popping. But go ahead.
Thank you, doll. Thank you, doll. I just want to say that, you know, even the fact that, because us of, and I'm not going to say people of color, I'm just going to say black folks, we don't even get the attention. So the fact that we can get an investigation going, I don't care if it takes a year, 2 years, 3 years. I need us to be to be treated as though someone who the FBI looks at as people that are valuable. So it may be the pressure. I don't think that we might see the results, but the fact that if they just ignore it, which in my generation has happened for decades over and over again, they wouldn't even talk about it. They wouldn't even address it. The fact that they are at least addressing it in my opinion, relatively short time, because it just happened in October, I feel like is a big step. And in any investigation, especially with the FBI, and I'm not going to give away, just my work knowledge of that. But, I'm just telling you, in my experience, in my field, in my work, it's a big deal. So don't discount it. Don't be disheartened. It does take time for any real full investigation to come full circle. You might not see it. I mean, there are cases that, happened a decade ago, and then we're seeing,
Right now.
Right,
yeah,
but I
a
get what
Yeah,
finale.
I get what
for
you're
me,
saying.
I was celebrating it because as like YouTubers and social media influencers, like we put fire underneath their asses to start this.
Yep.
So this that's a new thing for all of us, but it showed the power of social media for a lot of us as Black people because normally like we'll talk about stuff and it's just like we just made a video, we made some money off of it, and there was that's what it was. But this was something that we were all passionate about, and the FBI picked it up. So I'm not saying that we're going to win it, but I'm saying it's a win for us as influencers. But it also shows us the power of what we do on YouTube and on
Agreed.
social media because now we know that we push this. Now we can push more stuff because we did it with Kanika Jenkins. We didn't know with that because we still don't know what happened with her. But now we're here with Shaquilla Robinson, and they picked this up faster than that.
Yep.
And
Right.
so now, so we just have to keep pushing, pushing, and pushing because literally this could make a new lane for YouTubers, to be honest, to investigate things that are happening with Black people. And eventually they don't have a choice because we're going to be on social media. And once social media picks it up, it's not going to die down. Or if it does, like, it gives us the opportunity for them to take us serious, I think is what I'm saying.
Yep.
Listen. I'm not discounting the FBI getting involved. I'm not saying I want to
I know
rush.
you're not.
I'm not saying I want to rush the investigation because I don't want it rushed. I don't care how long it takes. What I'm saying is, I want a conviction. And let's be clear: if Shanquella, because I don't want to say the lady's name wrong.
Shaquilla Robinson.
Shanquella Robinson had been a YT person, it wouldn't have to take social media
Right.
outrage in order for
Exactly.
them to
But
step.
that's the point that I'm making though.
And so
I mean, look at
I
how
get-
much was made about Natalie. What was her name? Uh,
Patil.
the
Patil.
the white girl who
The
was
white
who
girl with her
disappeared in
boyfriend.
Aruba.
Oh,
Who?
that girl. Yeah. But
I
I
mean,
thought you meant like Gabby Patil is the most
oh, well,
it's,
that
it's,
too.
it's the most recent. And let me just say really quickly, Jennifer loves spew it before you get started. I just want to say thank you so much. You've been so supportive in the chat. I've seen you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the love. Just for me, and this is not even my channel, but just as a guest of SoDeb, I appreciate and I see the support. So anyway, I love you. Thank you.
no, but
Thank you.
that's all I was saying, and I'm gonna be quiet so Jennifer loves me to go. I feel like yes, it's a step because they took in, but
Natalie Holloway.
it's still
Oh well.
disheartening to me that we have to make a big stink for somebody to take a look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like we should be it's valuable. And I want a conviction for this young lady and for her family, not just an investigation. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want it to be, oh, we investigated so many times. We've heard, oh, we investigated and we found nothing. And there's been video evidence. You know,
That's right.
is
Yeah.
I'm just being honest about it. It's
Yeah.
disheartening. It's sad.
It is.
And it's so I'm tired of adding names to our list. Whether it be we did it, the police did it, whoever did it. I am tired of adding names to our list, and I'm tired of the only time we get justice, or what seems like it's going to be justice, is because we raise hell about it.
That's right, Bella.
It should automatically come. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Regardless, regardless of who the victim is, the victim and their family should get justice. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
It shouldn't
I
take a
got
social
one.
media outcry. That's all
I
I was
got
saying.
one
I don't
question
want to
Well,
see
before
hold
I
on, real quick.
run down.
Hold on, real quick. Let Jennifer go because Jennifer came on. I really pulled him up, but I forgot y'all been drinking. But let Jennifer.
Okay, Beyonce, you've been drinking. You've been drinking.
I've been drinking. I've been drinking.
What I wanted to say is number one, I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but I think that it's also different because this happened in a different country. I think that I honestly don't know if anything will come of it because, like I said in the chat, I feel like it will become political. And whenever you are, even if you're dealing with the FBI here, I think that if something happens where something something that went on with a black woman where she was unalived in Mexico, I honestly do not think that the US government will do what they should do because that will cause problems between US and Mexico relations. And the government in Mexico, as well as the police departments there, they are either run by or afraid of the cartels. And I think it's awful. I don't think that it should be that way. But I think that unfortunately, it's going to be a tough road for justice. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I'm just trying to just be realistic about how crappy things are whenever it comes to politics.
Mm.
Because whenever it comes to a political game, I mean, look at, Brittany Griner is in a penal colony in Russia.
Right.
It's all about politics.
I
I
think the
have
only thing I
one
was really
question.
what I was celebrating was the fact that we, as social media influencers, were able to spearhead this. Um, I don't know what the outcome is going to be. To be honest, I might even I think probably what you are saying, like, I don't know if anything's going to happen with it, but the fact that we were able to do it shows that we can get somewhere, and if we keep doing this, eventually we will. It's sad that we have to work this hard to get justice for stuff that should have justice.
and
Right.
and even for it to
And
become like something that comes to light, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like, this would not even have been a story. People would not even have known about this. The FBI would not have even gotten involved if it wasn't for social media and influencers and YouTubers, you know and it's sad that it has to be that way.
Can I say something though? I just want to address some comments from my big sis speaks. I hear what you're saying. I'm not mad at us. First, like I was good that we stand up. We have to keep fighting. I'm not mad at us for fighting. I am so proud of us for not tucking our tails like we did in previous years. I am proud of us um, for fighting and for standing up. I am absolutely 100% fighting. It's like I'm screaming inside that we are finally recognizing that we have a voice and making our voice known and making our problems with injustices, whether they be, unalived, social, financially, economically, whatever. I am
Yeah.
proud of us for doing that. I am 100% proud of us. And the next comment I want to make, keep celebrating the little battles. And I get that to celebrate those things. But you know what? I am tired of winning little battles and us losing the war.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
yes, we
agree.
Yeah.
celebrate the little battles and we get excited for winning the little battles, but we are losing the war. I just want us to win the war, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
I agree with
Makes
you.
total
I'm
sense.
not
Yeah.
diminishing, I'm not diminishing that we brought it to light. I'm just guess I want to put a bigger spotlight. Like, yes, this is devastating. What happened to this young lady, to her family? But it's also a time that we can to put a bigger spotlight on issues. You know what I'm saying? We win battles, but we lose the war every time. And it's time for us to start winning the war.
Right.
And the
And
only other thing that I want to say, and then I'm going to hop down, is I don't think that we can really trust the Mexican government, whatever they said about the autopsy and the tox screens, especially if they didn't bring her body back for 2 weeks, because we don't know what had been done. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, we have no idea what had been done at that point in time. And I just think that, I don't know. I don't think that we can trust that. And it's
Well,
sad. It's
you can't
horrible.
trust it because if we could trust it, then we will. Because again, everybody on every channel who has talked about this has said the same thing. Had she been SA, we would not know because nobody knows how long that the stuff that happens when you have sex happens inside of you lasts.
Yep.
So every channel that I've watched have said the same thing. So that's absolutely right. But I think the sad part is that like we have to have small wins because we black. Like that's all that I'm saying is that the fact that we were able to pick this up as social media influencers is a big thing. And
Yeah, I agree.
I think that it also puts a fire underneath the bigger vloggers or the content creators to start covering other situations like this so that we don't have if something like if you are black, you don't have to wait for the police or something. Like just call one of us and start sparking the conversation because now you have an outlet and
Yep.
you have opportunity to have somebody to tell your story, and maybe it might be picked up faster than calling the news station because there are schools who call the station where their schools are literally trash and rotting from the insides, and they still want because they're public schools. They don't give a damn. But social media and YouTubers have been doing the damn thing, so it's a win for us. Not maybe a win for. Well, I mean, it's still a win for the black community, but it's a news outlet for the black community. Is what I guess I'm trying to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh,
Absolutely.
I've been trying to say something because I need to drop down,
Okay,
but
go
I
ahead.
just wanted to ask the question: can you imagine if we had got into it on our vacation or even had a disagreement that it even getting a fraction of that far?
It would have never went that far.
Wouldn't have never went that far.
Like never.
First of all, I didn't spend my money to come and argue with nobody, so
Me
it
either.
Okay.
it would have had to be piped down. Um, but I think
Before it got to the point of a argument, we would have been like, okay, take your sides. I would like we would have. It would have never been got this way.
I already said earlier. I will say this, and I understand what you're saying, so Dad, and I'm grateful to social media, for bloggers being able to pick up the story. Um, but I will say that it should just be a human instinct for these associates of hers
Mhm.
to treat her as a human being, and treat her the way that they would want to be treated themselves. The whole thing to me is, it's not about bloggers supporting each other. It's about this young woman, young beautiful woman, um, entrepreneur,
Mhm.
who was successful at a very young age, lost her life. I don't
Right.
care who reports it. This woman, a
Also,
human being has passed. So I don't care what the spotlight is. I don't care who the people are that are, saying, let's look into this. Yes, let's look into this. But a young woman lost her life, and her family deserves the respect
right.
of knowing what happened to their child.
All right, Jennifer.
That's it. That's all.
No, I really was trying to spend that a long time on that. I was just saying that it's a big win for us for the black community because we have an outlet at this point. We know that works.
Okay, I
And I
got
was
to
I was
get
gonna leave it
probably
at
go
that
to
point. I
bed.
know we won't stay there that long.
Love you.
All right, bye. Love you, boo.
Like I said, that's it. That's all.
Yeah,
Love you
I
guys.
mean we've been on for 2 hours, so we've touched all the bases. I gave the information. If you don't know, if you're watching the replay, please look this story up. It's very important. I think that every time I watch that video, I see more and more stuff that I wish I could have stopped. As a man that could have been there. I think about my friendships and who are my real friends or whatever. Even for instance, about the fact that we're YouTubers We just met for the first time. This could have been a possibility for us. Be careful who you call your friends. Protect yourself and your surroundings. I don't want people to go into shells where I can't hang around women, I can't hang around black people because this is what happens. But I also want people to pray for that family. Um, I want justice for this lady or this young woman. I should say, the lady sounds like she's older than me. This young
Same.
woman.
Same.
Huh?
Same.
Okay. Yeah, I want justice for her because she deserves it. What happened to her should have never happened. But it's jealousy. To me, this is my own personal opinion. It was jealousy. These people didn't have what that girl had. And I guess because I teach social and emotional learning, it's taken me in a space where I feel like I want to have a class with my kids about this because there's no reason for you to be jealous of someone to want to do this. It should encourage you to up your game. I also want to send out my condolences to this family because who wants to live this? From what the family has said, this girl sounded like an amazing young lady. And for any parent who's even questioning, I think the way that I'm thinking, like I don't want to have a daughter at this point, like it's fearful because you don't want to experience this. But I just want people to like just teach your kids to do the right thing. Teach your kids empathy and integrity and character. So that they don't have to be jealous of somebody who's doing better than them to do something like this. I hope that the FBI mauls these people to the floor, underneath the floor. And if they don't, I hope that the social media does it. Because there's a different type of jail that you can have. And it's called social media. And I hope that if they go apply for a job and they get hired, that the people at that job say, oh, not this one. They should never be able to have anything after what they did to that girl. And that's all I think I have. You have anything else, Cindy?
No, I have nothing else. But I just want to say to you, thank you. I don't care how many people have covered the story. It is important to keep the word out,
Yeah.
and I appreciate you. Just and I think your YouTube name is appropriate. You have been so debonair,
I
so
appreciate
so
it.
debonair in this instance and giving your perspective on this case and this unfortunate loss of life. And I hope that we can continue as a community, as Black people, to um, fight for justice and call for consequences to the actions
Right.
um, uh, that against the violence that was perpetrated against this baby, and this young woman. It
Mhm.
just is heartbreaking. So thank you for letting me come up, and I will drop down and let you finish your show.
All right. Thank you so much, Cindy. I love you so much.
I love you back. Love you more.
No problem. Y'all, let's not stop the conversation here. Keep it going on your social media. You may not have as many subscribers or followers on your social media, but somebody may see your comments or your the way you feel about it. Keep the conversation going on because it can't stop here. It has to continue. When you're out in your everyday life, talk about it. You know, at your jobs, at when you're out eating, whatever you're doing when you're on the phone, talk about it. Let's not let this conversation stop here. Let it continue because if we let it stop here, it's going to stop. I shout out to all the bigger YouTubers bigger than me. Shout out to the people who are on Twitter, because Twitter has been handling this like a pro. I don't know how much longer we're gonna have Twitter. I might go live on that tomorrow, because I think Twitter might be a thing of the past as very soon. Please keep talking about this story. We need something. And I don't care if they don't, well, I do care if they don't go to jail over this. But even if they don't, never let these people live this down. This was so wrong. And I would never want any of y'all to experience this. I don't want to experience this. I would never want anybody who I know, who I don't know, to experience this. So I think that let's end it here. I love you guys, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Make sure you guys also, if you are here late, hit that notification bell, turn them on all. If you are coming on after it's over, comment in the comment section, please, 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 please. If you are here live after it's over, comment in the comment section. And that's it, y'all. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Did it, I 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 did it, you